Welcome, Carole, from the Women's Bookshop on Ponsonby Road. And I see you've brought a book in from an author whose work I think is just fantastic.
It is fantastic. The wonderful Kate Atkinson. This is her brand new one, Life After Life. And it is so fantastic. Now, people will be aware that the last 4, I think, novels she's written have been a series of literary fiction that are also crime. And they featured a cop, an ex-cop who becomes a private investigator called Jackson Brodie. And Jackson Brodie's a great character. He's gone right through those novels. And that's the end of them. This is
She's had enough.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, and probably the readers have too. I mean, they've been fantastic. But this is more like in style and so on, the book that made her famous, which was Behind the Scenes at the Museum.
Which must be at least 12 years ago or something now, I suppose.
More than that,
yes.
This is Life After Life, and what she does, she has this baby born in 1910. On page 1, it's snowing, and there's snowflakes on the cover. The snow is important. The baby's born in 1910, a girl called Ursula. And on page 1, she dies. The cord is round her neck, she's born and she dies. On page 2, Ursula is born and she survives. And that sets the pattern for the whole novel. So there's 2 first chapters, each page long. One she dies, one she lives. She then has her life lived over and over again throughout the novel. So what Kate Atkinson does is tell one story of Ursula and then say, but that might not have been what happened. There might have been something, this might have happened instead. And so there's another version of it. And there are multiple versions of multiple situations right through her life. And it's absolutely fascinating. What you do have to do is look carefully when you're going through at the top. See, this is June 1918.
Right.
You need to just look at the top of each chapter and see what month and what year you're in.
Okay. Otherwise it could drive your head a bit in, really.
As long as you know what year you're in, basically.
Yes.
But I loved it. I mean, it's extraordinary. So she's, in one whole sequence, she's, as an adult, in the Blitz in London. In another sequence, she's actually married a German and is in Berlin during the war, and I won't tell you what happens there. She dies numerous times.
So are there other characters in different versions as well, or has she got a completely different set of characters?
No,
in different time zones?
Some of the characters reappear. Like when she's very young, when she's 17, there was one of her brother goes to a boarding school, and a couple of his friends come home, and one of his friends, there's an attraction between her and this friend, and in 3 different scenarios, 3 very different things happen. One is ghastly, where he takes advantage of her. One is quite innocent and romantic, and so on. So they do reappear, and different versions of the interactions happen.
I just can't understand how you would end a book like that.
Well,
I mean, and you're not going to give it away, I know.
There's a spectacular thing happens at the end in Germany regarding Hitler, and I'm not going to give it away, but it's absolutely extraordinary. She manages to change the course of Western history.
It reminds me a bit of that movie I love too, Sliding Doors.
Yes,
so that you step this way and one thing happens, step that way, something else does. And it's fascinating to think about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
All the possibilities.
I'll be running out to buy that one very shortly.
It's marvellous.
Thanks, Carole.